Hello class, and welcome to week number 1 of COUN 570. Over the next 8 weeks, I am going to post weekly video announcements such as these so that you can feel more connected, and then also I find that students find it helpful to hear me explain things as I go along. So make sure that you check your video announcements regularly. If for some reason I can't post an announcement, you still have your weekly text announcements. But for this week, we have our first Zoom meeting. You'll see March 23rd, it's listed. That is when it is due, any sort of makeup assignment down there listed. But if you go to the home page, you'll see the Zoom meeting dates. And this one is scheduled for, I wanted to pull up, Wednesday, March 19th from 8 to 9:30, meeting room information here. All right, let's go back to one. So we have that going. You're going to notice that I will post, it's not worth any points, so if you can't attend, you watch the makeup recording that will be posted in an announcement assignments section. For your readings, you have Berman's chapters 1 and 12. You are to review presentation part 1. This is a video that Dr. McGinnis recorded to guide the different expectations of the assignment. This is taking forever to pull up, but your video that Dr. McGinnis recorded. All right, there we go. And then the PowerPoint as well. To load the video, but it will be a PowerPoint that is associated with the video. There we go. All right, so getting back to the modules page, you do have a discussion board this week. There are 2 different due dates. March 20th, your initial posting response, and then March 23rd is your due date for, well, actually down here, your peer response postings. If you click on that is for the first week's for your initial posting, my goodness, my internet is slow today. I probably have way too many tabs open. Your initial postings due Thursday by midnight. It says you have to review your other peers' posting before you can have your peer response postings. But it said based on the Allen 2019 article, which is here, and the Common Factors resources, which is linked here, discuss what role you think evidence-based practice, EVP, should play in our work as counselors and why. Be specific. That's your initial posting. Your peer response posting, answer one of these questions based on your peers' thoughts due Sunday by midnight and with a client example, so be specific. Should evidence-based practices be the starting place for all the work we do as counselors? What are the pros and cons of utilizing evidence-based practices as a clinician? What do we do with methods or practices that don't have much evidence behind them? And what about common factors? Should we focus on relationship skills that apply to all clients rather than matching treatment to client population? So answer one of these questions due Sunday by midnight. Then it has down here again your reminder to have that peer response posting. There is the notation to get started on your case presentation. You're going to be using CBT and one other theory from chapters 10, 13, 14, 16, or 17. Place those details and find your fictional client. You're going to notice that's basically what this is here. If we click on that, this is part 1. And again, you have to post before you can view your other peers' postings. This is the first step to the case presentation assignment. It's going to be scaffolded throughout the course. Review pages 11 through 19 and chapter 12 on CBT in your Berman textbook. One of the different theories you are focused on, everyone in this class, is CBT. But there's a lot of different, because it has noted here, there's a lot of research. Most different presenting issues contain those cognitive behavioral components, and it's one of the most popular theoretical orientations in the field. You're going to find a lot of great research on it. You need to identify one other theory from these chapters in our Berman book to give you practice in really working to integrate a treatment plan with CBT and the other practice. At least one needs to be within the references for part 2, will be oriented from that second theory. There's no points associated with this discussion, so you don't need to answer your peer, but you do need to complete this for your response. So what do you need to include? You need to include 1 through 4 by Friday, it has here. I think I still have Sunday by midnight, that's fine. Your theory of choice from those chapters above, and then also CBT. Premise. You're going to see the writing style in pages 11 through 19 have a premise statement, a draft of your fictional client to provide context, and you need to have the following different areas for your client to help formulating that. It might change as you're creating the assignment, that is fine. And then also you need to have, separate from the client description, a diagnosis, making sure you have looking at 1 principal code, 2 or more secondary codes, and 1 pertinent medical condition and pertinent medical conditions. And then it notes down here, oh, and then a presenting problem with a brief clinical story. So basically, you're going to say your theory plus CBT, premise statement, provide a draft, and then working on a diagnosis. It has down here, it might be adjusted. That is fine. You don't need to stick to exactly what you said. You might feel like you need to tweak it based upon your research or as you're working on your treatment plan. That is fine. So that is it for this class. Zoom, your discussion, and then part 1. Looking ahead, you can see that we're going to continue to dig in to this assignment in the future weeks to scaffolding it. So hopefully you feel pretty comfortable as you work to complete the final part of it. All right, I look forward to hopefully seeing you in Zoom. If not, and you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.